Welcome back to my channel. Before I get into this video, I do want to say thank you to my subscribers, my new subscribers and my old subscribers. I really do appreciate you more than you'll know. And if you're here and you haven't subscribed already, hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit the notification bell to see when I have a new video. Let's get straight into it. Today's video is basically going to be kind of things that I wish I would have known before I got locks, because I've only been locked 2 years, but it's definitely been a challenge to kind of get into my routine and my regimen of, taking care of my locks. If you want to know some tips, just stay tuned for that. Okay, so my first tip would be to try to do your research and make a decision on the size of your locks that you may want. It's not really important, but everybody's hair is different. I do feel like it'll help you in some kind of way because it's a starting point. But just try to, make a decision on what size locks. The most important part for me was choosing the size of my locks. I didn't really care about the parting, honestly. I cared about the parting afterwards, which I was like, I wanted diamond parts, but I just got the traditional parting. But I think choosing what size locks you want, it will matter to you. If you decide you want to do your own hair, I didn't really want to take care of small locks because even getting my locks, I always knew that I was going to be the one to take care of them most of the time. And I didn't feel like large locks were like my thing. So I just kind of went with medium. This is the biggest part of the process, no matter your hair texture, your length. The biggest secret is patience. I didn't have it at all. I did not have it because I was like, okay, like what's going on? And I just did not want to trust the process. Like just trying to rush into it. And really that's going to ruin it. That's going to ruin it. And I really just recommend, it's going to be hard. Like I wanted to comb mine out at like 6 months. But I did regret my locks the first 6 months only because I didn't have a regimen. I didn't really know what I was doing, honestly. I feel like I didn't do enough research. I've been contemplating on it, but I haven't really did my research on them. The process wasn't moving fast enough. So I'm 6 months in. I don't feel like this is working out. By the time I get to a year, if I feel like it's still not working out, then I'm just going to comb them out. But I honestly thought locks were going to be easier. My first year wasn't because I was just figuring everything out, and I started on long hair, and not a lot of people start on long hair, so that was really a challenge for me. I had people saying, oh, your hair is not going to lock. Oh, why did you do that to your hair? Blah, 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 blah. So I was up for the challenge because it's something that I really had been wanting, only because I knew long term it would be, a reward. So I kind of just stuck it out and figured everything out. But now we here. So my next tip would be to wear styles for the first year. That's something that I didn't do, and within the first year I regret it because I feel like it would have helped shape my locks more. I didn't wear a lot of styles. I just kind of wore them down, but it definitely took longer for my locks to get in the shape. Now, honestly, I never got the shape that I wanted, which it worked out because I kind of like the frizzy, distressed look. I personally just think that wearing styles help shape your locks better, That's just my opinion. And I also wanted my locks to be kind of smooth. Like if you've ever seen lock extensions, how smooth they are, I wanted my locks to look like that.
Boy, if you don't...
My next tip is about frizz. Now, when I first started, I didn't like the frizz on my locks. Honestly, the whole reason why I locked up was because I didn't like frizz. Now, I live in New Orleans, and the humidity in the spring and summer is unmatched. And my natural hair was not making it, honestly. And I didn't like that. I was like, you know what, maybe locks are going to be better. But like I said, I didn't really trust the process. I was kind of rushing. Frizz actually ended up being like the best thing. Started budding at like 4 months. Frizz is your friend. Don't be scared of it. Patience is key. Like, I know it's so simple, and I always say there's beauty in simplicity. You know, you get to looking at other people's locks and be like, oh, I want that. But, you know, trust your process, you know, be on your own time. You know, that's like the best thing you can do with starting a lock journey, whether you start on long hair or whether you start on short hair or whether you start from bald.
What?
Well, you can't start from bald, but you know what I mean. Find your regimen, find out what works for you. You know, like, you know, some people wear wigs up until they get to a certain length. You know, I recommend trying that too. I could have, but I waited too late and it didn't work out for me. Everybody's journey is very unique and different. Now, one thing that I want to say I developed it because I didn't really have it when I was a loose natural was dermatitis of the scalp. I think that's what it's called. But I didn't have that as a loose natural. I don't remember suffering from it at all. But when I decided to get my locks, I knew I suffered from it. And I just have to wash more often, so because I don't want the flakes to get into my locks and cause more buildup, you know. And I just didn't want that. So, and I feel like that's what made it so hard for me when I was starting, because it was like, okay, like, what is this stuff on my scalp? There's so many like challenges that I went through, like, so I had to find a regimen. I had to find out how to care for my scalp. So I need to like just wash my hair and cleanse my hair. I wash every week. I do condition maybe like 1 to 2 times a month, and I do use rose water, and I do just pretty much seal in the oil. Like, for me, less is best. That's just what works for me. It works for my scalp and it works for my hair. And even as a loose natural, less has always been best for me. Another thing that I would say, now my first year, I was wearing myself thin. I was just retwisting too often. I don't feel like I should have done as much as I did. I was retwisting too much, and then it started to cause tension on my edges. I didn't like that. So I would just say, try to limit your retwisting. Try to limit how much how much products you use, really. But gel and beeswax, I would say please kind of slow down on that, because it causes buildup, and then you already get environmental buildup, and you just don't need that. But it also depends on how many retwists a year you get, or how often you retwist your hair. But what I would recommend, instead of using gel or beeswax, I would recommend using styling foam. I use styling foam. I feel like I only really use gel when I go to my loctician, which is maybe like once or twice a year. But I use styling foam, or I'll do an oil retwist. I do have a video on that if you guys want to go check that out. Now, the oil retwists don't last as long, but it's an alternative if you want to give gel, a break. But right now, I did do a retwist with styling foam. So this is definitely, like, it's been like 4 or 5 days, something like that. But yeah, this is it. And it's holding up pretty well. I do recommend using styling foam or retwist, only because they're really light. The styling foam does last a little bit longer than the oil retwist, but depends on your preference. I feel like I'm leaving something out, but I don't really know.
Oh my God.
My last tip would be to detox your locks 1 to 2 times, 2 minimum. Only because, like I said before, it depends on how much product you use, what product you use, and like I said, environmental things, And when you're sleeping, depending on what you sleep on, stuff get up in there. Putting on your clothes, cotton or whatever, it gets stuck in there. It's not something that we really can control, but things do get in there. And sometimes, depending on what it is, it's not easy to get out. Now, what I use is apple cider vinegar, spring water, baking soda, and I do add in shampoo, just like a little bit. I don't know why. I just do it.
Really, nigga?
I fill up the sink, soak, squeeze. get all that stuff out. But I do let my locks soak for 30 minutes first before I do the squeezing and everything. But then I repeat that maybe like 2 or 3 times, depending on like, you know, how much buildup and everything you have in your hair. 2 to 3 times. But just in case, just do it until like you see that the water is like clear. You'll know when you see it, but it'll get clearer and clearer. That's about it. That's everything that I came up with when I was reflecting on my journey. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please leave your comments down below. I'll answer them. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Also share this video if you feel that it's been helpful to you. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye.